Hi, Angie. Hi, Omi. Hi, all the other chaos friends. Tammy here, and I have forgotten something, but we will just highlight a few things. I got one of Omi's pre-cut bears finished, and her name is Anna, and I have found a poem to put with each and every one of them. The prayer bears are Anna, and let's see, I need to get a poem for Greta, the Get Well Bear. That was what I forgot to do. And this one is for Winnie the Worry Bear. And I really like that one. I am your very own worry bear, so get those worries out of your head and whisper them to me instead. So, we're all set. Now, if we can get together and get it organized. I wanted to highlight, this was from the Dollar Tree, Dermasil Exfoliating Face Scrub. I've used several different kinds, and it was $1.25, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it actually is pretty nice. So far, so good, and it doesn't dry my face out like most of them do, and there's not a bunch of blemish chemicals in there that I do get blemishes, but it's not treatable, I guess you would say. At least the medicine that they put in for the breakouts absolutely break my face out even worse. So, but that is a really good product, and for $1.25, and it says your skin's best friend, so that's cool. I got my books back. Bless her heart, and bless me too, because we need all the help we can get. Embroidery didn't work out, and then I ended up having to embroider myself, which I was trying to avoid to do because I've not embroidered in years and years and years, and I wasn't good at it when I did do it. But anyway, just tell me to keep my ideas in my head and tell them to the bear instead. And I hope their parents don't get upset, but the cover pages are finished, so now I just have to assemble, which is going to be another daunting task. But I wanted to show you what I did to a couple of, I talked about those big pages, and they're going to fold this way, and I was missing pages, so I ended up just using plain fabric. Well, I made little bitty bears. I put Velcro so that they can be hauled off and put back in the book, and they can talk to them, whatever they want to do. But that is one thing. And another lady had an idea about putting zippers on the blank pages, and zippers are a lot easier now than they used to be, but I've already gotten to the assembly part of it, and I am not going to rip them apart one more time. I've spent hours and hours ripping apart and putting back together, and I've had enough of these soft books, and I can't find any. I ordered one from Amazon, and it says it was delivered, and I never got it, and who knows if I'll ever get it. and I can't find any at Joann. Angie and I have not been to Hobby Lobby yet, and that will be my last try, but I'm not having any fun with these. So once I'm completed with them, they'll be on their merry way. This is the other one, and that is one of the pages that will fold this way, and then I've got a bear on this side. And he's soft flannel, and I've been looking for flannel too. You can't find flannel. The world is coming to a strange place when you can't find fabric and you can't find flannel. So, anyway, Angie and I are going to do another road trip to quilt shops. And of course, we will be back to the quilting lady. Love her. She was sick. She had went to a wedding shower and everyone got COVID. So, bless her heart. But I can't wait. She says that she's starting a class one Saturday a month for beginning quilters and beginning sewers. And I'm not in the beginning stages, but I need a refresher. But I do need to know the beginning quilting stages. So that should be fun. And let's see, one more. Oh, my daughter has like 15 baby shower invitations, and I've already accessed all that I can at the senior center. They don't have any more baby items. And anyway, and our favorite thrift store still has not been open. So I've started making a blanket. This is for a very special girl that she's having her first. I think she's 35, and this is her first. It is a doctor that my daughter worked with, and finally the Lord has blessed them with the gift that they never had. So anyway, I found this yarn, and this is the beginnings of it. I think it's probably halfway done, but it's a little heavier yarn than I like to make baby blankets out of, but I just love the colors. And it is Premier Bloom by Lion Yarns, and I actually liked this scarf that was on the cover, but it's knitted, and I don't knit. That's the one thing I haven't done, and when I did try it, it was not a good experience. So anyway, I can crochet without thinking about it, so that's what I'm doing. So that's the project, and her baby shower's coming up, and hopefully I will be finished with that. I was all excited about putting up my strip lights. Well, like I said, I had to order extra materials that they don't tell you that you have to have. And my light kit was supposed to be a straight 32 feet roll, and it actually, they split it down the middle, and it's two 16-foot runs, and that's not what I wanted because my sockets are at either end of the room, and I needed the 32-foot stretch. So anyway, I'm going to be Tammy the electrician again, and I had to order some jumpers so I can jump over spots that I can't make a turn. And if I need any corners, I have my L connectors, and I am going to be cutting that one apart and then connecting it back to the other one. And I had to I've got a T here too. But the straight connection, I'll just cut one and add it to the other one to make it a running 32 feet with this little connector. So, we'll see how that turns out. My lamp. You're not going to believe what I did. This is what happens when you're in a hurry and you're not paying attention to what you're doing. I was so excited to get that material. And like I said, I don't have any more. And I already have $20 invested in this. The material was $12. The elastic was $5. I had to buy a fat quarter for my pocket. And the lace was almost $3. So, that's fine because this is what I wanted to do. But I'm not going to make another one. And then the other option is to buy another lampshade, a smaller lampshade, which that's another $20, so forget that. I just dropped one of my little connectors. Aha. If I don't find things that I drop, then Cody finds them and chews them up and eats them, I think. So anyway, we got that out of the way. And I've been clearing out books out of the bookshelf up here so I can use it for storage. And I had a whole bookcase full of Harlequin romances. These were my mom's, and I thought that my aunt had taken them because they all passed them around to each other. And so they're all well read. I'll take them to the church probably. We're having a yard sale maybe. But I'm keeping a couple of the Halloween ones. Halloween's my holiday. I'm not evil, but I like Halloween. It's fun. It's a fun time. But anyway, here is the little skirt. And all it is you make it just like a curtain. And I put the elastic in and sewed that on, and I waited until I got the exact tension that I wanted at the top before I cut it off and sewed that one in. But I debated about a snap, a tie, something to keep it closed, and I just sewed on a piece of Velcro. Nobody's ever gonna see it. And it actually turned out pretty good. And it's going to look pretty. And it sits just right on there, except Tammy's boo-boo, her panties are showing. And that's something that I would do. So that's what happened. I was so worried about the top that I neglected to pay attention to the girth or her caboose. So it was a good thing that I attached, like I said, that 8 inches, but I should have rolled her on her side and made sure that it was going to close at the bottom. And that is very hard to measure for, and especially after you get your pleats in there. You don't know if you're going to have enough on the bottom. And I did find the little lace, and Omi wanted me to leave it ruffly. I was going to make it flat, but it turned out cute. But I'm just going to shut this project down. And this is good enough. This is for me. It's not like it's a gift. The Velcro works great. And we're just going to stand up against the wall so nobody sees her panties showing. But what we're going to do is put her on my Princess House lamp and turn that to the back. And it reminds me of the Disney movie where she was standing against the wall and a friend took scissors and cut her dress in the back, and she was out there dancing and didn't know her slip was showing. And I'm sure you know what movie that is, with Brian Keith and the twins that were not twins. But there you have it. That's the little skirt. So now when we do Angie's, we're going to make sure that we're not showing anything. But nobody knows but me. Yay! And you all. Don't tell on me. Well, back to my lights.